Hello everyone. So today we're going to be doing another impromptu speech. Funny thing is, I actually did one and it didn't get recorded. So that is, a lot of effort down the drain. Anyway, we're going to do another one. Let's see how this one goes. Hopefully, we'll record it this time, right? Okay, so generating the speech topics. Okay. Blind faith, malnutrition, rolling with the punches, romance, and debt. All right. Quite a few topics. Blind faith, oh, this is a topic you could dive into. All those religious healers and things like that. Malnutrition, right? Unavailability of food in poor areas. Rolling with the punches, basically your ability to, deal with the obstacle life throws at you. Romance, okay? You could interpret this in different ways. And debt, all right? That's an interesting topic. I don't know. They all sound like good topics. I mean, see which one. Okay, yeah, I think I should go with blind faith, I guess, right? And or maybe debt. It's gonna be between these two, blind faith or debt. Yeah, let's just go with blind faith. So anyway, points I think I'd like to cover is basically that when you believe in something that is obviously harmful to you, but you follow it and believe in it with a passion, it's going to lead to ultimately your demise, right? It's going to be harmful for you. Then you can dive into the different kinds of blind faith people have, right? I think you can include your faith healers and things like that, your voodoo, right? Different things like that. And basically, how it's just bad for everyone involved, right? Not doing you any good, and it's just, something you shouldn't fall into, a trap you shouldn't fall into. Okay, so now I'm going to start with the speech. Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about blind faith. Now, having faith is a good thing, right? We have faith in the people around us, our family, our colleagues, right? But in some instances, we put our faith into things that don't deserve it, right? Things that will come back to haunt us in the future. So basically, when you have blind faith, it is unwavering and unwilting faith towards something that is bad for you, but you are so blinded that you can't see it. So basically, I think some of the things that can be included in the blind faith is, say, faith healers. And you have people who claim they can heal any sort of disease. They claim they can cure cancer simply by praying to God, right? And it's one thing to, believe in God. It's another thing to say that you can cure cancer by that and that alone. And so, in some instances, it proves fatal. You have these cases where people go to these doctors of sorts, quacks, you can call them. And that's not a duck, it's a quack doctor, is what I'd say. So basically, these people in poor areas and villages, right? They visit these quack doctors, and basically, what happens is that they perform all sorts of things that you shouldn't be doing. And in their quest to cure a disease, they administer things, medicine, and stuff like that that you really shouldn't to any human being. Basically, what ends up happening is that side effects take place and people, end up dying in some cases. So, yeah, it's kind of a big deal. It's been something that's been going on for a long time. I think one of the main issues with blind faith is that leave behind your logical faculties and you believe in something and you want it to be true to such an extent that even though the signs are there right in front of you that this isn't what it's claiming to be, your need or your want or your desires to be fulfilled are so strong that you set aside the logical part of your brain and you just believe. And it's always a bad thing when you set aside your mental faculties, right? I think another case of the blind faith would be these godmen that you have. So basically, you have these religious preachers and saints who claim to be men of God, and it's been something that's been popping up uh, time and again, right? You have people who claim they are men of God. They claim that they have faith and they have belief in God, right? And they are above the sins that can be committed by mortal men. So basically, anyway, they have this such a command and such an aura that people fall prey to them. And you've heard this time and again where people have gone to these godmen, they've fallen prey to sexual assault, among other things. So basically, these young girls and these young women, they fall prey to such godmen who rope them in with the falsehood and lies that they are better than your mortal human being. So anyway, I think it just comes down to the fact that kind of have to deal with the fact that there are plenty of people out there who are who have no control whatsoever over their lives. They're in such a position, they have no routes of escape, and so they fall prey to such things, fall prey to believing in these things because it provides them a way of escape, a way they can get out of their current situation. And basically it's not helping because in their situation they have nowhere to go, and then these people provide them with an answer, a way to get out of the problems they've been facing. Suddenly it feels like the world is right and they can do something with their life. So they put their trust in these people, these godmen of sorts. And then, you know, once you put your trust into someone, it's okay. Put your trust into someone, but again, you should be using your mental faculties to see if they deserve your trust or not. Basically, once again, I'm just going to say it that you set aside your logical faculties, you're just setting yourself up for disaster. And so, anyway, these people are at such position in their lives. They feel like everything is closing around them. They have no opportunities. They have no way to, you know, get a better life. So when someone offers them that path, says that everything will be all right, all you have to do is, be faithful, serve me. They take that as a message, take it to heart and they say, okay, this person is going to lead me out of my miserable situation and I should follow him. So basically, what it does, these godmen, what they do is that they prey on the vulnerable and they prey on the fact that they have no, no opportunities available to them. So I think one of the things you can do as a whole is that once you have a society, it becomes, the onus rests on us to lift people from poverty because poverty and situation you're in play a large hand in blind faith that we have going on. So once you can lift people economically to a position where they are able to take care of themselves, to a position where they no longer feel like there is nothing worth living for, that is, I say, the cure to, cure to people joining up with these blind faiths, godmen and such. And so anyway, I'd just like to conclude by saying that I think one of the biggest gifts that God's given us is our mental faculties, and we should always use them. And and our job And you know, our objective as society should be to ensure that people are in such an economic situation that they can take care of themselves, that they don't have to fall into such a trap. Anyway, yeah, have a good day. That is the speech. Just see what was the points given. What were the points given? Comparison of blind faith with other social aspects or matters. Is it overrated, overhyped, or emphasized? Why is it controversial? Solutions and the harms associated with blind faith. Okay, so with malnutrition, you could talk about how poor people have no access to food, personal story, causes, effects, personal experience, what are the causes, the impacts of malnutrition. Rolling with punches, I think you could just, talk about how life throws obstacles at you and how you're supposed to deal with those obstacles in a good way. Yeah, rolling with the punches, strange experience, comparison. Okay, yeah. Romance. Okay, you could take this topic in any direction you want to. You could talk about the romantic situations you faced in your life, talk about its importance in history and literature, modern day movies, you know, things related with romance, Valentine's Day, festivals, things like that. Debt. I think debt is an important topic because, why it matters, reason to oppose debt. Basically, you should be able to take care of your finances, is the point you should be getting at. And you shouldn't be in debt, ideally. If you are sort of, paying your way through college, you're bound to have some sort of student debt. But then again, I think as a whole, you should aspire to be debt free. That involves, just reining in what would you say, reining in the urge to buy something required. Anyway, that's all for today.